Happy St. Joseph's Day. I went a little overboard, but today I am making you Zeppole. Ciao e tutti e benvenuto a man in a van with a pen. Sono il tuo ospite, Joey Tuna, e oggi sto facendo Zeppole per il giorno dei San Giuseppe. Siete pronti? Iniziamo! Happy St. Joseph's Day, everybody. It is March 19th, 2020, and it is my Saint's Day. I know most of you are holed up at home trying to stay safe from that coronavirus, so I thought I would bring you a simple, delicious, and easy recipe for Zeppole. These Italian donuts are traditionally eaten on St. Joseph's Day, and they only need the ingredients you have in your pantry. So get out your flour, your sugar, and your yeast, and let's get cooking. You're going to take 2 cups all-purpose flour, confectioner's sugar, a little bit of salt, and a 1/4 ounce of self-rising bread yeast. What we're going to do is get 1.5 cups of water and bring it to about 105 degrees to dissolve the yeast. Get the stove going and pop that on. Now, this is a critical step. A lot of people have problems with their dough rising. A lot of that times it's because your water is too hot and you kill the yeast, or it's too cold and it doesn't activate it. I highly recommend you get a thermometer, and we are just about there. Hot water in a bowl. Add your yeast. Now we're going to gently mix and add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Nice and gentle. Remember, these are living things. Alright, now I have the yeast in some warm water, a little bit of sugar in there. I gotta give it time to activate. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. The yeast successfully activated. I have a little film on top. So now I'm going to slowly add in 2 cups of flour and mix it. If you have a KitchenAid, that would be a little bit easier, but I'm going old school for you. So flour in a little bit at a time and mixing out these lumps. Get that well mixed in there. And I know what you're thinking. It's St. Joseph's Day, but where's my red? So traditionally, you wear red on St. Joseph's Day. Being in the van, I'm a little limited with the wardrobe choices, so I do have a little bit of red in this flannel. So hopefully you can cut me some slack. And once your dough is almost all mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of salt. Continue to mix. If you're using a KitchenAid, you want to do a medium-low mix. You don't want to be too hard on this dough. Just be patient. Alright, I have my cutting board floured here, and once this dough starts to firm up, the fun part begins. We got to knead it for 8 to 10 minutes. This is where a KitchenAid comes in handy. Or a couple of kids, maybe. If you're all locked at home, it would be a fun learning project. Be liberal with flour. Flour your hands. And get to kneading. Like I said, 8 to 10 minutes till you get a firm dough. Work it all in there. If you have a KitchenAid, put it on medium-low with the hook setting. Now there are a lot of variations of the Zeppole recipe. A few different ways you can do it. This is about as basic as you can get. So this is probably the hardest part of the recipe. St. Joseph's Day is 2 days after St. Patty's Day, so in the United States, I feel like it gets pretty neglected. I think we gotta rebrand it. Wear red, eat donuts. It's a pretty easy holiday to to get on board with. And you can make these donuts yourself. Whew. Alright, the dough is firming up. What you want to do is throw it back in the bowl, cover it with a towel for about 60 minutes. We're looking for this to double in size, and that will give you time to clean up your mess. Okay, it has been an hour, and my dough has been rising this whole time. Big reveal! Ah! Look at that, it has doubled in size, so this is perfect. This is exactly what you're looking for. Kind of overflowing on my bowl, but it's looking good. Okay, I have my stove set up. What we're gonna do is fill it up with some vegetable oil so we can fry these donuts up. And I want to bring this to 375. Oil at 375. Now what I'm gonna do is I have 2 tablespoons, and I'm simply gonna dollop a tablespoon at a time of my dough into the oil. 1 tablespoon at a time into the oil. Alright, so we got 5 or 6 minutes for these to cook golden brown. Put a timer on. You don't want to crowd these too much. Probably only going to fit about 5 at a time, so I have some cooking to do. Get a little paper towel I'm going to put here, kind of dip off the excess. These are looking really good. They're smelling really good too. So I'm just going to flip them around. Make sure they get golden brown on each side. Ooh, baby. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. The first Zeppole are ready. Look at that. You can let that paper towel soak up some of that grease. But these look delicious. I love the little irregular shape that you get with them. Round 2 coming in. Hot in the fryer. But I'm going to let these cool on the paper towel here. Sop up that oil. And then we're going to finish these off in just a minute. So stick with me while I cook these off. Woo! Alright, welcome back. As you can see, I have been busy. I am on my last batch of Zeppole right now. 4 more, got 30 seconds on them, and I'm finally done the frying stage. Gonna move on to the fun part, which is finishing them off. Classically, you just hit them with a little powdered sugar, and they're delicious. But since I made so many, we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna make up a little cinnamon sugar for about 1/3 of these. And for the big puffy ones, I'm going to fill them with strawberry jelly and hit them with a little powdered sugar. For the cinnamon sugar, I'm going to do a ratio of 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and then 4 teaspoons of sugar. Boom. For the jelly filled, I have simply taken a plastic bag and I'm going to nick off the corner here to make a mini pipette. Okay, for the traditional Zeppole, we're just going to finish off with a little bit of confectioner's sugar. A delicious dessert. Type 2. We're going to hit these with cinnamon sugar. Now, to get it to stick well, we're just going to roll it in the bowl. Take my knife and just nick the edge. Now, I have a little pipette. To fill the donuts, I'm going to take a clean ballpoint pen. Insert it in, and then with the jelly, my little pipette, fill them in. Now I can do either powdered or cinnamon sugar. I give you a strawberry jelly filled Zeppole. Alright, I'm just going to finish these up real quick. Bear with me. I have so many of these. Okay, jelly filled are done. Ladies and gentlemen, happy St. Joseph's Day. Here is the final product. I give you Zeppole 3 ways. Traditional with the powdered sugar. I have a cinnamon sugar and a strawberry filled powdered sugar donut. Let's give these a try. This might be a problem because these are pretty addicting. Nice golden brown on the outside, soft, cakey, doughy on the inside, and a sweet powdered sugar outside. Very good. Nice little twist on a classic. Well, I think that was a success today. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy St. Joseph's Day to you. If you give this recipe a try, be sure to leave me a note in the comments. Let me know how it turned out. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a dish. I'm your host, Joey Tuna, and until next time, signing off.